it's your girl Patricia. Welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see, we are back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys how to save for surgery, how to save for a BBL, breast implants, mommy makeover, whatever it is that you want. I have some really good tips on how to get your coins together fast so that you're able to get your dream body, get your dream surgery that you want. And so I feel like a couple of people inspired me to make this video because I've been getting a lot of questions asked all the time. How was I able to afford getting a BBL? You guys know my content is like my BBL journey, surgery, and all of that. So I get a lot of questions on how I was able to afford it, how I was able to save, how long did it take me to save. And even like a couple of days ago, this girl at my job was like, oh my gosh, how long did it take you to save? How much was it? How can you afford it? Like, I always get asked these questions. So I'm like, I really feel like this is a really good video, and I have some really good tips that you dolls out there can use to save up money. Now with my tips, it doesn't have to be just for surgery. You can use these tips if you are looking to purchase your dream car, move into that luxury apartment, you know, maybe save for a business, save for a new handbag, whatever it is that you want. You can use these tips. Because you guys love my surgery content so much, I'm like, let me just gear it towards my girls that want surgeries. And so the first thing that I have on my list is know your costs up front. And like I said, this advice is for anything you want in life. So even if you don't want surgery but you want a new car, you're gonna have to know your costs up front. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna more focus on the surgery side. So know your costs up front. When you are getting a BBL, or you know, if you want breast implants, know how much everything costs up front. Like when you are searching for a doctor or reaching out to clinics, they're gonna tell you the surgery price, but they're not gonna factor in recoveries, massages, travel. Like these are all things that you need to factor in as a whole. And I feel like a good reference is whatever your surgery price is, add an extra $5,000 on top, and that should be able to recover your supplies, recovery, travel, everything that you need, because you're gonna need faja, you're gonna need all of that. And then for breast implants, it's a little bit different. You don't really need a faja, and I feel like the cost is much less. And so you just have to do your research, and you have to know you just have to know how much everything's going to cost up front, because that's how you're able to make your goal and start saving. Because if you don't know how much things cost and you're just saving to save, I feel like you're never going to get it done because you don't have an end goal. So really take out a notepad, take out a piece of paper, and write down the cost of everything. Set a date, set a surgery date, and this will really help you to reach your goal. Let me tell you guys, when I found my clinic, which was Avana Plastic Surgery Center in Miami, I actually reached out to a couple different clinics because I was like torn on which doctor I wanted to go to. But when I finally found my doctor and I started following my clinic on Instagram, I saw they was like promoting this. Well, I feel like now every clinic does it, but they kind of do this thing where you can lock in your date for only $500. So you do not have to pay all your surgery costs up front. You pay a $500 deposit. It goes towards your surgery, and you can lock in any date up to 2 years onward. So even though we're in 2022 right now, you can pick a date in 2024. Like, you don't have to book a surgery today and then get it done in 4 months. Like, you can book way out. So I feel like this really helped me to achieve my goal because it made it real. Like, once I paid my $500 deposit, I'm like, okay, now I have to go through with this surgery. I have to continue paying. I have to work hard because I done gave them $500. So I feel like this will really help you to be serious and to save. Because one thing about me, once I paid down my deposit, I worked like crazy because I'm like, I need to get the rest of this money to get this surgery. Now, don't get me wrong, I did have money in my bank account, but I didn't want to dip into my savings to pay for surgery. Like, I wanted to just have extra streams of income to pay for surgery. So I feel like that is so important, girl. And another thing is, I did not even think twice about it. I just hurry up, pay my deposit so that I knew that, you know, I had to go through with it. And to this day, I'm so happy that I did that, because if I didn't set down a date and set down a deposit, to this day, I probably would not have went through with it, because I would have kept procrastinating, telling myself that I needed to save more money. Because one thing about me, I'm like an oversaver. Like, I will save. So I probably would have just kept drawing it out. So go in and set that date. Whatever clinic it is that you are planning to get your surgery done at, go and pay that deposit, because the deposits are usually very affordable, $500. So you can do that. And also, with these clinics, they allow you to go in and make payments. So for instance, if you get paid weekly or bi-weekly, you can go into your portal. They give you an online portal and you can pay, even if it's $200 every week or $200 every 2 weeks. You can slowly pay it off. And if your surgery is scheduled from 2 years from now, in 2 years, you're definitely going to have it paid off. And I feel like that's just a really good way to be able to, you know, get your surgery. You don't have to pay everything down at once. Next, once you set that surgery date, now is when it becomes real, because it's like, okay, girl, you're about to get your body done. You're about to get those titties. You're about to get that BBL. So now is when you put in the work and become really strict with your finances. So number one, cut back on things not needed. Now, this is so important. If you have a surgery coming up, I feel like you need to go over things that you spend money on recklessly and like slowly wean yourself off, because every little money counts. So some things that I wrote down that, you know, I tend to cut off when, you know, I want to save for something, even if it's not surgery, maybe because this year I do plan on buying my dream car. So these are just things that I plan on doing. And some things that I don't find necessary is, number one, lash extensions. If you get lash extensions, when I get lash extensions, I pay close to $150. I feel like this is a non-necessity, because guess what? Those lashes is gonna fall out in 2 weeks. You're gonna have to go for a refill. I just feel like it's not necessary. Like right now, I have on lash strips. When you become serious about a goal and you want something done, you have to kind of cut back. So if you decide to get lash extensions, this is my personal experience, I feel like that will be something to cut back on. Also, nails. Now, I still get my nails done, but as you can see, I don't wear those long nails with the designs, because believe it or not, those type of nails are out of quick. I used to easily pay $100 for a full set, but now my nails are only $40. And by the way, they do look classier. Anyways, I've been loving short nails because they really give off feminine and classy. So it's not really a bad thing at all, but like getting those designs and nails, that is something that you can also cut back on, because guess what? Your nails is going to fall off in 2 weeks. You're going to need a refill. I feel like stuff like that are just things that you can slowly, you know. Now, I'm not telling you to walk around looking a mess, because as you can see, my nails are still done. They just look more classier, shorter, and they were cheaper to get done. Also for me, I started getting gel polish on my toes, because I noticed that whenever I get a pedicure and I get gel polish, the gel polish lasts me like a month or over a month, versus if I get a regular pedicure, I'm paying $25 every 2 weeks. So if you do the math, you can tell that getting a gel pedicure lasts longer and will help you to save money. For me, I cut back on eating out, shopping, hanging out with friends. And the reason why I say hanging out with friends, because if we're going to be going to the hookah bar and spending $150 each, it's a no for me, especially if you have surgery coming up. This is really what you need to do, is cut back on some of your expenses. If your girls just like, hey, let's go to this concert, you might have to skip out on some events if you're serious about getting your finances together for your surgery, because listen here, that $300 ticket that you about to spend and go to that concert could have went towards your surgery. So it's very important that you cut back on things. The shopping, eating out, nails, subscriptions. Subscriptions is another thing, because the other day I realized that I was subscribed to so many. I had Hulu, Netflix, Stars, and when it boiled down to it, I don't even... Maybe I probably use Netflix the most. Sometimes I use Stars, like when Power and Raising Kanan and all those shows come back on. I do use Stars, but for the most part, when those shows are not in season, I don't use Stars at all. So you really go back and look at all the things that you are subscribed to, even when it comes to your Apple phone and the apps that you have. Some of these apps you have to pay for every month. So go back and look at every single thing that you're subscribed to and unsubscribe from any subscriptions that you're not using. You'll be surprised how much money you save just by doing that. All of these can really help you to afford surgery in the long run. And so my advice would be, pick up a second job that pays you in cash, because you don't want to go ahead. This is not the time right now to say, I want to start a business, because guess what? If you're trying to pick up fast, if you're trying to get cash really fast for surgery, sometimes it takes a while to get your business off the ground. When you are starting a business, you have to put in money. So right now, if you have a surgery scheduled, you don't have time to be putting money in places. You want to receive money. So I feel like the best jobs are the ones that you make money in cash. And I feel like bartending, babysitting, bottle girl, waitress, like these are the type of jobs that you kind of want to look for, because every single day you are bringing home cash. And guess what? When you are bringing home cash every day, you're able to slowly make payments on that surgery. Now, I feel like this is just, with me, I really didn't have to do that. Like, I put down my deposit and then I just paid everything off one time. But everybody is not like, everybody cannot do this. So for my girls out there, make sure that you get a job that pays in cash. Like, I feel like that is so important. A lot of things that you don't use, sell them. Like, maybe if you have a lot of clothes, you can bring them to your local Plato's Closet, you can get money. But the most important thing is getting that second job. If you cannot afford to, you know, get your dream body from your first job, you're gonna have to pick up a second job, work a double, work on the weekends, like work super hard. Like, nothing in this life can just be given to you. You have to work for everything that you want. So girl, go out there, work, pick up a second job, and you will be able to afford it. Because when the girl at my job was like, oh my gosh, how was you able to afford this? And I'm looking at her like, girl, we work at the same job. Like, but I do understand people's circumstances are different, because she does have a child to take care of, versus me, I don't have any kids to take care of. So all the money that I make goes back into my pocket, you know. On top of that, I'm really good with saving. So, you know, you just have to work, stack, increase your streams of income, and also try to stick within your budget. Like, I'm not gonna go to a doctor and get 20,000, a BBL that costs 20,000. I just feel like that's unnecessary. And so my BBL wasn't 20,000, but everything I paid like 10,000 in total. And like I said, I was able to save that in 3 months. So yeah, girls, if this is what you want, you're just gonna have to get down to it. And like I said, this advice could be used for anything that you want. So these same tactics is the same thing that I'm doing. Like, nothing has changed. I feel like these are the same steps that a lot of people that you see that's able to afford what they want, this is what it is. You just have to be really disciplined. You really have to, you know, cut out unnecessary things, and you just have to go for what you want. So get that second side hustle, get that second job, get to it, and in no time you'll have the money. And I know that people are probably going to ask about credit. When it comes to credit, I don't know what it is, but I don't like to put surgery on credit. I feel like if you can afford to get a surgery, then maybe you shouldn't. Certain things I don't put on credit. But if you do have really good credit and you want to get care credit, go for it. But I'm just telling you guys, that wouldn't really... I just prefer to work hard. And, you know, other things I would definitely, like, if I had a business, you know, business credit, stuff like that, I'll put on credit. But surgery, no. Anyways, I really want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you guys have any questions or comments, or, you know, maybe if you're watching this video and you've had cosmetic procedures in the past, you can comment. How were you able to afford it? How were you able to save for it? But this is just my advice and what I use on a daily basis to get anything that I want. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. Follow your girl on Instagram at glamdoll_Patrika. And I will see you guys in my next